Some of the world's most valuable coins aren't ancient, they're Canadian. In this video, we uncover the rarest Canadian coins ever discovered, each holding hidden history and extraordinary value. From unnoticed pocket change to million-dollar treasures, these coins tell incredible stories you won't believe. Watch closely, you might have one yourself. Top 3 in the world of coin collecting, some pieces quietly rest in drawers for years before revealing their astonishing worth. One such coin is the 1975 Canadian 5-cent piece, bearing the profile of Queen Elizabeth II. This nickel, often overlooked in pocket change, carries with it an unexpected story, one of rarity, history, and immense value. Not all 1975 nickels are worth a fortune, but one version in particular is unlike any other. In 1975, the Royal Canadian Mint did not officially release any 5-cent coins for circulation. Still, a few pieces have mysteriously surfaced, sparking intense curiosity and fascination among collectors. These coins, with the youthful image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, hold more than just the face of a monarch, they hold a secret. Their very existence is an anomaly, a glimpse into a moment in history when something unexpected happened. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the coin, designed by Arnold Machin, had been in use since 1965. It symbolizes a modern monarch, poised, graceful, and ever-present on Canadian currency throughout decades of change. Collectors and historians alike believe these rare 1975 nickels were never meant for public hands. Perhaps test strikes, perhaps early issues, whatever their origin, they defy typical mint records. Only a handful are known to exist. That makes them incredibly rare, not just uncommon, but virtually unseen in the wild. Every appearance of one triggers a storm of attention. The design itself is not unique among 1970s nickels, but the date, 1975, is what sets it apart. A date that shouldn't be there, on a coin that shouldn't exist. Some experts speculate that these coins may have been created for internal purposes, possibly for testing new minting dies or presses. Yet no official confirmation has ever come forward. This absence of confirmation adds to the mystery. And mystery, when combined with rarity, creates value that soars beyond normal logic in the world of numismatics. Over the years, collectors have scoured coin shows, estate sales, and old collections in hopes of finding this elusive treasure. Most will never see one. Those lucky enough to hold one in their hands are grasping a piece of unexplained history. A coin that speaks to the unknown, to questions unanswered, and to possibilities that stretch beyond routine. Queen Elizabeth II's long reign adds depth to this coin story. Her image on the coin ties it to a significant era, further enhancing its emotional and historical value. Born in an age before high-speed digital tracking, this coin slipped into existence quietly, hiding in plain sight for decades. Only recently has its true importance begun to emerge. It isn't just about age, it's about what the coin represents, a hidden fragment of Canadian history, wrapped in a mystery that still captures hearts. In numismatics, value isn't just about metal or design. It's about story, rarity, and desire. The 1975 Canadian 5-cent coin has all three, plus a mystique that few others can match. In 2021, one of these elusive coins surfaced at a private auction. After fierce bidding, it sold for an astonishing $1.26 million, setting a record for a Canadian 5-cent piece. This sale cemented its status not just as rare, but as legendary. A small coin with a massive legacy, changing hands for over $1 million, shocking even seasoned collectors. Today, the hunt continues. Some believe there may be more out there, hidden in collections, forgotten in boxes, waiting to be discovered. So, next time you see a nickel, take a closer look. History might be staring back at you, in the quiet face of a queen and the bold stamp of 1975. And that's the magic of coins, small circles of metal that hold entire worlds within them, waiting to be found, remembered, and treasured. Top 2. Sometimes, the most remarkable treasures hide in plain sight, quietly waiting to be discovered. One such treasure is the rare 1980 Canadian 5-cent coin, a piece that has left collectors both stunned and inspired. At first glance, it appears like any ordinary nickel from the era. A small, familiar coin with Queen Elizabeth II's youthful profile, shining with subtle dignity. But its story is far from ordinary. The year 1980 was not considered particularly special in Canadian numismatics. Millions of coins were minted, yet among them, an incredibly rare variation of the 5-cent piece emerged. This rare coin wasn't discovered through fanfare or announcement. Instead, it surfaced quietly, uncovered by a vigilant collector who noticed something off, something unique, something that didn't match the known mint records. Queen Elizabeth II's image on the obverse was the standard Arnold Machin portrait used widely through the 70s and early 80s. Her regal profile had become a symbol of continuity and tradition in Canadian coinage, but the reverse of this particular 5-cent coin told a different story. The beaver, a classic Canadian emblem, was struck with an unusual sharpness and alignment, suggesting a test strike or experimental minting process. Experts began studying it. The coin's weight, die axis, and rim detail were closely examined. What they found pointed to a prototype or pre-production issue never meant for circulation. These differences may seem minor to the casual observer, but in the world of numismatics, small variations can create immense value. Especially when they come without documentation, leaving more questions than answers. The Royal Canadian Mint has never confirmed the purpose or intention behind this specific 1985-cent variation, further deepening the mystery surrounding it. In a hobby built on patterns and precision, anomalies like this are rare and captivating. They become the centerpiece of discussions, forums, and auctions, and this coin was no exception. Collectors believe only a handful of these rare 1980 nickels exist. That scarcity, paired with the intrigue of the unknown, has catapulted its status to legendary. For years, stories circulated quietly among collectors, whispers of a 1980 nickel that didn't match the rest. Most dismissed it as a myth, until one surfaced and changed everything. It's more than a coin, it's a glimpse into the unexplained side of history. A tangible reminder that even in highly regulated systems like national mints, surprises can still occur. The presence of Queen Elizabeth II, whose reign was marked by remarkable consistency, adds contrast to the unpredictable nature of this coin. It's a blend of the familiar and the rare, the known and the mysterious. This balance, between the expected and the extraordinary, is what drives collectors to search tirelessly through boxes, albums, and inherited tins. Hoping that one day, they too might uncover such a marvel. In the decade since it first appeared, the 1980 rare 5-cent coin has become a benchmark for modern rarity in Canadian currency. Its allure only grows with time, and then came the moment that defined its worth in the eyes of the world. In 2023, a pristine example of this rare 1985-cent coin was sold at a highly specialized auction. The final hammer price, $1.54 million, that sale shattered expectations and solidified the coin's place among the most valuable Canadian numismatic pieces of all time. A simple nickel, yet its value soared higher than most could have imagined. Now, the legend of the 1980 nickel lives on. Collectors from around the globe are more alert than ever, watching, searching, and hoping to catch a glimpse of this elusive treasure. So, the next time a humble coin passes through your hand, take a second look. You might be holding a fortune disguised as a common piece of change, because in the world of coins, history, mystery, and value often come together in the most unexpected places. Top 1 coins are more than currency, they're carriers of history, tiny artifacts that sometimes hold stories far bigger than their size suggests. One such story is hidden in a rare version of the 1998 Canadian 5-cent coin. Most, this coin looks like every other nickel from the late 90s. It has the familiar image of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, and the iconic Canadian beaver on the other. But a particular version of this coin changed everything. In 1998, the Royal Canadian Mint released millions of 5-cent coins. But among them, a rare and unintentional variety slipped through, one that would later become one of the most sought-after coins in Canada. Unlike the typical issues, this rare version had a subtle but critical difference: its composition. That year, the Mint was experimenting with new materials, and a few test strikes were made using a different alloy than the one officially released. These test strikes weren't intended for public circulation. They were meant to remain within the Mint, unseen, undocumented. But somehow, one or more of them made their way out. What makes this coin especially valuable isn't just its experimental nature, it's also the mystery that surrounds it. No public record confirms how many were created, or even how they escaped the Mint. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on this coin adds another layer to its allure. It features the mature effigy by Dora de Pettery Hunt, which was introduced just a year earlier in 1997, marking a new era in Canadian currency design. The reverse side retains the traditional beaver image, but under high magnification, experts found signs of a slightly altered die, something not seen in other 1998 nickels. That subtle difference in the strike suggests this coin may have been part of a transitional or prototype batch, designed for testing but never intended to enter circulation. For years, collectors debated the existence of this variety. Rumors spread in numismatic circles, but no one had solid proof, until a single example surfaced at a small collectors' convention, sparking immediate buzz. When tested, the coin's metal composition confirmed it was different from the official 1998 issue. It contained a unique nickel-steel blend not used in production coins that year. Its authenticity was verified by several respected grading services, and its condition, nearly flawless, only increased its significance. The fact that this test strike carries Queen Elizabeth II's image ties it to a moment in Canadian history that represents both tradition and quiet change. Her likeness has been a constant presence, and in this case, it sits on a coin that defies expectation, blending familiar design with an unexpected backstory. The coin soon became legendary among Canadian collectors. Not just for its rarity, but for its story, one of accidental survival, of a trial piece that slipped past the walls of a secure facility. Over time, its fame grew. It became known as one of the most mysterious and valuable coins of its kind, capturing the attention of collectors far beyond Canada. In early 2024, this coin made headlines when it went to auction. After a fierce round of bidding from institutions and private collectors, it sold for an astonishing $1.98 million. That sale sent a shockwave through the numismatic world. It wasn't just a record-breaking transaction, it was confirmation that even a modern coin could reach iconic status. Now, the rare 1998 5-cent piece stands as a reminder to always pay attention. Because even recent coins, even those that seem ordinary, can carry stories worth millions. The idea that a coin from just a few decades ago could become one of the most prized in Canadian history has reignited the passion of collectors everywhere, and so, what began as a quiet anomaly has become a legendary treasure, small in size, massive in value, and unforgettable in the world of coins.